Hi. Oh my God, put some makeup on my face. No, I have an appointment today with my esthetician in like an hour and a half. I'm so pumped. We gotta get this taken care of. Anyway, hi y'all. We are revisiting Surratt today, and not even the products we used last time, because if you've been playing along at home, you know they sent me another box of stuff. It was like they read through all y'all's comments on my first video and they were like, check, 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 check of everything that you said that I needed to try. And it is just like chock full of all the goods. So we're gonna be using a different foundation today. I'm actually gonna use the primer today. We're gonna use the eyelash curler, which has changed my life. I never thought I would say those words, but an eyelash curler has changed my life. We're gonna be using probably the same eyeshadows, but maybe I'll just like pull in some other stuff for like eyeshadow and stuff, maybe the Victoria Beckham ones, because we need to see those on camera anyway. But I mean, suffice to say, I haven't been able to put down these Surratt products since they found their way to me. And so I let the new ones skip the line in terms of other things to review because I am enjoying them so much. And also y'all seem to really enjoy that video the last time. And we've been talking a lot about like brands that have existed for a while and aren't necessarily like trying to hype us up with like brand new stuff all the time lately. So that definitely falls into this category. So yeah, we're gonna put some makeup on and hopefully look really cute at the end, and then I'm gonna go wash it off because I have to go to the esthetician. So let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, also, I'm gonna be really chaotic here, but like, you know, I've been cutting my own hair. I mean, I was a hairstylist for a long, long time, but like I've been cutting my own hair since the pandemic. This is an issue, isn't it? Yep, you gotta go, buddy. All right, I think we can get started now. That just reminded me of the time that I just like got on YouTube to, you know, check out who had uploaded, and Hannah, this was like a year, maybe 2 years ago. Hannah, my friend Hannah Louise Poston, she was doing a live where she was cutting her own bangs. And I like put it on my Instagram, I was like, HLP is cutting her bangs live right now and like making an event out of it. And that was like the day I decided I will watch anything that Hannah does. Okay, so, oh, that's right, we're starting with the primer this time. But they did send me all of the Surreal Skin, I mean, not all of them, obviously, but all the ones that might match me. And I had a Goldilocks moment, and 2 is the one. So anyway, we're gonna start with this. This is the Perfectioniste primer, and it's a little bit blurring. It's a little bit mattifying, it's a little bit gripping, and it's a little bit hydrating. And it's lightweight. It's definitely got a lot of everything, you know? But it's very, very chill. I definitely notice it though. Like as soon as you put it on, that was just one pump, you start to feel it grip, but it still has hydration to it. Reminds me a little bit of the Pat McGrath one, which I do really love. Like I held on to that one for a really long time, I think until it expired. And it's super hydrating too. It's not quite as, maybe I'm not putting as much on, but it's not quite as like tenaciously slippy as that one is. Like I do feel like that one kind of like takes longer just to like set down and grip. This one's really fast and it just feels really good. So that was easy. Everything about Surratt is easy. It's easy. Y'all were telling me stuff in the comments about how they have some kind of like specific patented emulsion process for, you know, developing the formulas for their eyeshadows. And I was like, I believe that. These eyeshadows are different. They're different for a reason. And I don't understand, like they do it for you. And that's why like every day since I got them, I keep like reaching for other makeup. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to my Surratt quad because I love it. It's so good. So anyway, we're gonna go with shade 2 here in the Surreal Skin. Actually, I'll go ahead and swatch all of them for you. Well, I guess I'll put them on my cheek. That's a good idea. I just washed all my brushes, so this is gonna be a scramble to try and find something to apply and blend my stuff with because short-sighted, no, I really needed to wash them, but they're all wet, so. All right, so here's my Goldilocks shade. There's 2, like that. And you can, like, this is a truly buildable formula. Very, very different from the Dewdrop foundation. Like, the first time that I applied it, I was like not sure what shade I was gonna use, and so I used kind of all of them and mixed them together, and it ended up with a lot of coverage, but it was good. Like, it looked really good. And then yesterday I tried this like on top of the Victoria Beckham primer, and oh my God, the most beautiful medium coverage. All right, so here we have 3. And it's a little bit more golden, but still the undertones are subtle for the fair shades, which is good. And then this one is 1.5. You can tell I didn't make much of a dent in this one because I was very quickly aware of it being too light. So in the Dewdrop, it's fine, because it's so sheer, but we always talk about that. The higher the coverage, like the more immaculate the shade match needs to be for a foundation. So you can see that 2 is the one that is enjoying itself right now. But I could very easily, you know, use this up here if I wanted to get brightening and stuff, but it's medium to buildable. And so if I do that, you're still gonna see kind of like gray peeking through. Like I would rather use something that's the best match and then, you know, brighten with other things. I'm not sure, but I think that there's still a raccoon out on my porch right now. Animal control told me to like make loud noises or throw a tennis ball at it. I was like, who hired you? I'm not gonna do that. Ready, steady, go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna use 2. 2 is the answer, 2 is the truth. Oh, please bring help to my skin. Please bring help to my skin. What am I gonna blend this with? Should have thought of that, khaki. Ooh, I could dampen this hair booty blender. Let's do that. Okay, but you also have a brush on this, and it does a pretty decent job. You know, like I don't hate it, but I think, you know, once you get that on there, it's only so much it can do. Plus I'm gonna need to blend my concealer and stuff. They sent this little concealer palette and it makes me feel like a goddess. Something about like having options with your concealer shades where you're just like, oh, I'm a movie star. I'm in the theater. But yeah, what am I gonna, I'm gonna go dampen this real quick. This is a really, really good video. Super professional. So this is a sponge from EXA that they sent me. I think I've used it maybe once. I don't know. But I'm digging the luminosity that this gives my skin. Oh, it's so pretty. Now, is it Chanel Sauvage L'Etat? No, but it's like half the price of Chanel Sauvage L'Etat. You know what I mean? So I think that I like it better than the Dewdrop for sure. Now it's too bright. That darn sun. Oh man. Look at the camouflage job though that is doing on my helpless skin right now. God, it's so sad. I'm trying so hard. I don't know what my esthetician is gonna do today. I literally just made an appointment with her and I was just like, whatever she thinks. I just need the acne, like it's freaking out. Like something obviously is just very disrupted from not being on my biologic for a month. And so just everything freaked out. So wow, that is so pretty. Oh my God. Look at that finish. Look at that radiance. But it's not shimmery. It's just so beautifully lit from within, isn't it? Oh, and it feels really good. I mean, it's secure. I also just got my box in the mail from Ulta yesterday and I was like, what did I order? Oh yeah, 4 Fix Pluses because they were half price during 21 Days of Beauty. So that's called enabling myself. I think that that's good. I don't really like want to layer it up because it's just really comfortable right now. And they did, like I said, send me a really great concealer palette. I haven't used the powder that's in this yet, but, oh, okay. They're in different packages. That's nice. It's slimmer, so it's like easy to recognize. All right, so here it is. This is the Perfectioniste concealer palette in 1. So you have 2 creams and a powder. I realized I was reading the back and it was completely out of focus. So you have a light one and a darker one. The darker one is what looks more normal on me, so I'll do that. And I mean, you can always mix them together. And just much more coverage. So beautiful. Like just so effortless, seamless, like. And if I applied it with the brush, I mean, I could get coverage and it's not dewy. It kind of reminds me of the blender cover from Monica Blender. Like it just has this sophisticated thickness to it. It doesn't feel like theater paint, even though like painting with 2 different colors kind of makes me feel like that, but it's nice to have the options. Who gets a zit right there? Like, I swear y'all, I'm like breaking down. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna put on enough bronzer to bring back the dead today. So yeah, I'm just using the quote unquote darker one here. And then you can use the lighter one to get, I don't know, like a little bit more coverage on, you know, something like that. Not that I want to like highlight it per se, but I don't know, it adds a little bit of dimension where it looks a little more believable to cover it. Good God. That thing is so ridiculous. I keep using everything on it. Everything that I have. I'm using red light, I'm using purple light, I'm using pimple patches, I'm using ice, I'm using I'm just throwing the book at it. And what happens is I wake up, take the pimple patch off every single time. Like I let it dry out afterwards and it just comes back to a head, comes back to a head, comes back to a head. I'm like, get it out of your head. So that's why I am going to the esthetician, is because that's like my nuclear option when I'm just like, I can't handle this, and this is my moneymaker. You know, it seems vain, but like this is my job and I need my skin to act right. Here's something where we're going to depart from Surratt for a second because I need to share this with y'all. This is the new Triple Threat Color Stick from Thrive. I don't know if this is a different formula, but I love this formula that is in this one specifically. And they sent me I'll go ahead and swatch all of them, but this is the bronzer range that they put out that has just an absolute menagerie of shades. It's so good. So typically I wore Rhea in their powder, even when they expanded the shade range, but Rhea was still, I want to say it was still the lightest. I'm not totally sure, but this lightest one, the new lightest one, so good. And all the undertones are excellent. I just had like a really nice time meditatively blending them in like this beautiful gradient on the back of my hand the other night. I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was like in, you know, some kind of checked out flow state. Mo, which is what I'm gonna wear today. That's Rhea. Then we have what, Anita? Sorry, Ariana is this one. And then this one's Anita, this next deepest one. And I'll show you this super satisfying gradient that I did. It's just really pleasant to look at. I like want to do all of them. Not my best work. And some of it's kind of blended over another, so like don't take too seriously like the depth of that deepest one, because I mean, that's not the deepest one. They sent me 4. It keeps going for a long time. But yeah, the way that they blend together, you can really see the undertones. So it's like, you know, Mo is gonna have that nice rosy neutral to it. Rhea is gonna be a little bit more like warm, but not orange necessarily, but still like a little bit more red. And then Ariana definitely has a lot of green in it, which is good to know. And then Anita goes to like a red undertone there. So very nice, very, very nice. I'm very, very impressed with at least these 4 shades and all the swatches that I've seen and everything. And again, this has always been a formula that I was impressed with because it's so silicone-y and it's so lightweight. It's just such like a high-tech formula. I put it straight on my face, and that's what I'm gonna do again today. Like that's what I did yesterday, because normally I wouldn't do that, but like A, it's just such a good formula that blends itself. But B, I want y'all to see like what this looks like on my skin, because is this the right one? Look. Oh my God, is that pretty? Because I'm so pale right now, and like look how kind that is. It's not so cool that it's going contour, you know? It's so pretty. I put it on and I was like, oh yeah, like that's the one. Like let's bring some life back into my face, please. And my BK 105 is wet. So we're just gonna keep on going with this sponge, because that's what I would use, is that massive 105 that has become a meme on Tom's channel. The only thing that's breaking my heart is just knowing that I have to go wash my face right after this. I have to leave here in about an hour. But that's okay. When the makeup's this good, you don't mind putting it on again. It's fun to put it on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I need to swatch it against the Makeup by Mario because it does kind of remind me of it, but I'd be interested to see how the shades compare. Makeup by Mario bronzer is so pretty and neutral and creamy looking, but I still think that this is even more skin native for me. Oh. It was just such like an instant love. The other reason that I don't put things straight on my face usually, and I usually use a brush like off the stick to put it on my face, is because I am notorious for like forgetting to blend a spot, you know? Just like having the best of intentions as I'm like swiping it on my face, and then like, you know, 3 hours later I'm like, oh God, it's under my lip. Okay, let me grab the Makeup by Mario real quick because I know I have it close at hand. Boop. Makeup by Mario, and that's in light. Oh my God. Look at the improvement. The improvement. If you're a pale person, you're like, this works, but my, isn't that an improvement? Yes. Yes. Thrive. So good. So good. So they sent me some pans of powder. I don't want to call them, I mean, obviously some of them are highlighters, but I don't want to call the blush a blush because it is one of the strangest colors I've ever seen, like in the best way possible. It's definitely only a contour for me, but like it's kind of a blush for someone like Hannah. Like I think that she would love to use this as a blush. It's called Grisaille, so I'm gonna just try and use it as a contour. Oh, I have another one of these. That's cool. That's easy. This is my Angie Hot and Flashy. I have two of them, so that's great. This is the A507, which is my preferred contour brush anyway. Doing things a little out of order, but that's amazing. Sorry, that might have been a reaction that you'd think was to something negative, but like that was just me having to express myself urgently. That is so good. I tried putting it on as a blush and I did look kind of dusty because in certain light, it does flash a little bit mauve. Do you see that? And so I was like, maybe it's got kind of like a sheer quality to it. The way it kind of looks like Inner Glow from Kierweiss, the cream. It looks like that in the pan, you know, the way that it shifts. And I was like, maybe it's gonna be like this nice, you know, transforming light pink on my skin. I still have too much warmth in my skin for it to do that. So it does still muddy, which is good. Muddy is what you want for a good contour. Sorry. Oh my God, this video is just gonna be me making noises like that. I need to stop. I know it doesn't look like it because like I'm not doing my makeup in order and I always look really insane until I get blush on, but like these colors are excellent. They sent some highlighters, one of which there's absolutely no place on my face I could put it because it's so bright gold. Like look at this thing. What? What? This is called a Halo. Yeah, it's yellow. And then they also sent this gorgeous piece of heaven right here, which is called Areola. Areola. It's called Areola. Areole. Look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I'm going to put this on. But we're going to put blush on first. And we're going to do different blush than we did before so that we can have some variety. The spice of life. I mean, I'm still gonna use the same blushes. It's just gonna be different colors. That's what I was looking for. Okay, Barbe a Papa. And that is this, I wanna say, kind of cool toned blush. Okay, ha. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, whoa! She is Dior Rosy Glow Pink. Love to see it. Okay, got my BK112 here. Did not wash this one because I didn't see it. So that'll be the next one. Ooh. Yes, healthy flush, but like unexpected. Oh, I love it. I also like how unabashed I can be, brave, if you will, about combining textures on my skin with this makeup because it's just all so high tech. And it's all just really subtle. What was really funny that I didn't get to mention before, because it just hasn't been, I guess, top of mind since then, but Tom and I, without consulting with one another, put out Surratt videos like a day apart from each other. And I told myself I wasn't going to watch their video until I got done with mine because I didn't want to, I try to kind of keep my mind clear of other influence in the short term for those kinds of things. Like I hold off on watching Hannah's hot takes videos until I've done my will I buy it's and stuff like that because my camera cut me off. Maybe we'll put Dior Rosy Glow on top. That's actually a great idea. But we're gonna go with the eyeshadow first. So anyway, I was talking about how when Tom and I were watching each other's videos, our Surratt videos, like we accidentally, without consulting one another, put out Surratt videos like a day apart. And so I was like, this will be my treat when I get my video up, is go watch Tom's video. And so they didn't realize that I was watching their video at the same time that they were watching mine. And so we were doing that thing where instead of commenting on each other's videos, which we do anyway, instead we go straight to Instagram, we like pause the video and then just like live tweet to each other in the form of like voice memos being like, oh my God, we're the same person. Like that's pretty much the entire nature of mine and Tom's relationship. And the Surratt videos were the best example of that ever, because it was just like, oh my God, you had the same reaction to Cantaloupe as I did. And oh my God, the way that the blush just blew our minds, and oh, you know what I mean? It was just, it was immaculate. The vibes were excellent. So anyway, that's all for the blush for the moment, because it's gorgeous. If I were to just like leave like this and like no problem. Bats, we're gonna put on some eyeshadow, and it's probably gonna be relatively quick because it's just one product. So, I mean, it's two things in one product. So this is the Prismatic Eyes in Style Eyes. And we have this very interesting cool lavender, like cool gray lavender. A lot of blue, a lot of gray in there. And then you have the lavender topper. So let's put that on. And out of pure necessity, I'm going to try and put this on mostly with my fingers. I only have a lot of brushes here. So that is that gorgeous purple shade. And I could put that on top of Hindash canvas if I wanted to, but I want to show y'all alone. Like that would be how I would use it if it were me, so that I got like the pure opacity of the shade. But I know that not everybody's gonna do that, so I wanted to show this to y'all. What's hilarious, I'm gonna get off on an art math tangent here, but how shockingly close to my skin tone that color is. Really? Like really? But yeah, I'm not saying it's the most flattering thing in the world. It's not bringing out the best in my skin, but like that color exists in my eyes, like in the veins and the skin over my eyes. Like, yeah. I'm gonna need to kind of use something to deepen the outer corner, much like I always do, but the way that it's so native to my skin tone means that like it's one of the first times that I've put on a color on my eyes like that with my fingers that's a cream and gone, I don't need to go nuts with anything else because it blended right into my skin. I don't feel like there's like a hard line, it just like feathered. You'd have to look really, really, really close to see any kind of line of demarcation. Again, is it a good color on me? Jury's out. Jury's out. We'll see where we land if we can kind of pull a rabbit out of a hat, but like at the moment, not so much. We'll try and get some warmth back in there, but let's next just, I don't know, put some of the quad on and see if we can, yeah, get it on the rails. And I will use that highlighter too, because it's just so beautifully desaturated. I did find a brush for my eyeballs. There it is. It is still a 202, but it's a travel 202 from BK. And I'm gonna stay in kind of our cool tone friends over here. I'm gonna see what that does. When I said I want warmth, I think I want kind of like pink warmth, apricot-y warmth, not gold brown warmth, you know? So I'm just gonna use this. This is not typically the brush that I would go in with because it's not very small. I would like something more precise, but again, it just does the work for you, doesn't it? So the formula on that cream is really interesting. It's not that like fluffy whipped thing that you get with Charlotte Tilbury or Tom Ford. It's so much more, it's like a silicone-y concealer is what it feels like. So it's like very common in this face of makeup, honestly. Like everything kind of seems to have this super lightweight, light layers, you know, Hindash kind of quality to it. Or it just completely blends into the skin. You don't end up with any kind of like residual texture. Beautiful. That, see, already we're getting a little bit more help, making that look a little bit more at home. And God, is that a pretty freaking color. That's Ombre, I believe, is the name of that shade. And it just does the work. Now I'm gonna take the highlighter in Areola, and I'm gonna just use that up here. We're gonna end up with something really nice and ethereal. Not gonna make my eyes look bigger probably, but at least the colors go together. And I'm gonna go back in with Prismatic Eyes. I'm gonna use the purple underneath. Give us something visually interesting, hopefully. if it shows up at all, which it kind of didn't, but it's okay. And then again, we have that awesome topper that's gonna, I mean, it's gonna do something. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it is going to do something. I can predict that much. It is so creamy. It's not a cream, but it is like this beautiful kind of like grippy satin feeling. It's very, very nice. All their eyeshadows are so luxurious feeling. Just tippy tap that one on. I want all these. These combos, like this changed my mind about these little one and done combos, or I guess you'd say two and done combos, because there's just so many of them out there and they're all the same, all those luxury ones. Everybody seems to love that really like whipped up frothy consistency to their cream eyeshadows, and I just don't. It gets patchy on me, it goes everywhere, and this just commits. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, hopefully I can get enough Smoky eye baton on to like bring my eyes back to life, because they're looking small. If you're new to art math, if you're new to color theory, cool tones make things recede from the eye, and let's be real, that's not what I need, okay? But it's still just in and of itself very pretty. Like if you were to take a picture of my eye up close without it in the context of the rest of my face, it's a very pretty look. See? All right, I'm going to, ooh, actually, maybe I'll touch back into Grisaille. That's a good idea. Use that as kind of a soft blending medium here. It's not gonna give me quite as much color as ombre. And then it'll go with the rest of my face because I already have that as my contour. I mean, you know, cheat code. Like you can use your bronzer and your contour and your blush as your eyeshadow every single day. Like there are no rules against that, and it's gonna look good, so. Okay, well that's a mood. Let's find the other Smoky eye baton, shall we? Yeah, I could also go in with this one. Wait, where would I put it? This is the Victoria Beckham eyewear in Macaron. IDK. I kind of feel like it would bring everything together. I'm having instincts. I'm having instincts. They're taking over. I love it. Oh my gosh, okay. That was a terrible, like, I don't know, from like a theory standpoint, terrible idea, because I just put this like cream shadow on top of glitter practically, but wow. Oh my gosh. Let's go underneath my eyes too. Ooh, haven't done anything like this in a while, have we? This is when I go in my closet and I put on my drag, you know what I mean? There are so many pieces in my closet that I don't ever want y'all to think like, oh my gosh, I need to be keeping up with the Joneses of it all as far as like what Kaki's wearing or what Kaki's buying, because like a lot of it is drag that I use to like look like really visually interesting on camera. And it doesn't really make it into the everyday that often. I'm just putting a little bit more of the shimmer on. And I just wanna like, you know, demystify that. Like there's just stuff that, I mean, granted, lately I've been getting on camera looking like a schlub, but I don't know, I just go through phases. I'm just very relaxed right now, but there's so much to be said for a really good thumbnail and like a compelling thumbnail. And so for me, like taking it all the way past the edge of taste in some cases, just to get like a really great full look. I mean, it's drag. That's what it is. All right, I'm gonna grab this Live Tinted brush that I don't even know why I have this. I think it just came free. And I'm going into the deep shade in my quad to just darken the outer corner because I apparently can't be stopped. I was like, this is gonna be a one and done, girl. Okay. Then the kitchen sink called. Plus, I will say, like, these formulas freaking enable me, okay? Like, it's like if you don't want to like get carried away because you really appreciate a formula, then don't buy these because it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. They're just so easy. I need a little bit more here. I'm being really careful because I'm not sure this is the right brush. I'm kind of working handicapped today because I'm just kind of like using a bunch of stuff that I'm not used to. And I still like not sure about this color on brown eyes. But let's find, like I said, let's find the other Smoky eye baton real quick. I found it! Okay. So this is in Canon de Beauté, and it is purple. So let's go. Oh, girl. Shock me like an electric eel. Yeah, this is definitely a look where I would just like go construct an entire outfit around it, like headband, spring dress, jewelry, maybe not even a headband, maybe flower crown. This is definitely inspiring me. So if you're unfamiliar with the Smoky Eye Baton, it is pretty stinking foolproof. Like, it is idiot proof. You can just kind of smear it on there and it just kind of does its thing. I can't explain why it's so easy to use, because it's like actually a dull instrument, but here we are, you know? Kind of tuck it in to that outer corner, use that as my guide, you know, and then it's got the little guy right here with the foam. It's foam. It's got the powder, and then you use that to just kind of fill in and smoke it out into your lashes. Come on. I have no explanation for why it's looking this good and not going everywhere. I still don't have an explanation for that. My eyesight, not fantastic. Just, I don't know why it works, but it works. They've just really done something with these. Oh my God, that color. Are you kidding? The color of the actual powder? Get real. That's so awesome. All right. I still look dead, okay? Like, it's a good look from a practical standpoint, from like a design standpoint, but I look dead. So I'm gonna go in with one of the eyebrow pencils that they sent. Oh my God, this is so cute. It's so tiny. Look at the little spoolie on there. And then, what the? Oh, okay, that's not a refill. It is a fill. Got it. So it does this. Ooh, that's just so nice and elegant. So elegant. It's weighted. Someone made a point to weight this packaging, and it is exquisite that it's weighted. Ooh, I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for that. Yep, that was great. I said I was gonna bronze myself to the point of looking healthy. We're not there yet, but that is so nice. God, what a nice brow pencil. Just a whole experience. Like, if you're gonna have a luxury experience, like, someone had to have some imagination, right? To like be like, how do you make a brow pencil feel luxurious? Put a weight in it and make it reusable or like refillable, you know? All right, yes, queen. All right, so I have their brow. Nope, those are the lips. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like, everything looks the same. It's really difficult, but I have two of their brow things now. I have clear and I have light brown. So I'm gonna use the light brown. Actually, we'll do bronzer first so that I don't get bronzer all in my brow stuff. So let's just use more of the Thrive. Let's just do that and put it on a brush. How's that? All right, I'm gonna put it on a brush because I already have stuff on, so I wanna make sure that we don't make a mess. That's one of Simon's words. Whenever like Buzz Lightyear, like he gets pushed out the window, right? And then he hops back in the car, but he's been like riding on the car the whole time and he has like a fly stuck to him. Simon always goes, oh no, a mess. Buzz, a mess. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then let's take a little bit of the powder and see how that works, you know? I'll use their giant brush to do that with. That doesn't make any sense, Khaki, but Rattly Natalie is drying right now, so. Okay, we're gonna have to use a better brush because that is lovely. I'm gonna use my little hourglass brush here. It's white. I wouldn't assume that it would be so like translucent and flattering, but it's gorgeous. Oh, dear God, help this thing on my face. And by dear God, I mean dear my esthetician. It does kind of, it's a little bit weird to me that there are the cream pans right next to the powder pans and there's no cover for it the way that there is on the Patrick Ta or something, but it's really not that big of a deal. So I have my brow product. I'm gonna use light brown and then I'm gonna use clear once that dries. And it comes in the same, oops, I think this is, yeah, the same delivery system with the like soft comb. It's very, very nice. Everything about it is just really gentle. Do you see how all these cool tones like pull out the worst colors of my skin though? Like, this is why I go apricot. Let's put on some mascara. So they sent me the Releve mascara. Oh, nope, khaki. We need to start integrating this fully and in a committed way to my routine, and that is eyelash curler, okay? Because whew, it makes all the difference in the world. So this is the Releve eyelash curler. It's like matte black, and when it grips, y'all, like you can grip your bottom lashes with it by accident. And I mean, it just turns those lashes up. It is just so good. It makes such a huge difference. And I am not even like an eyelash curler person, but like, this is so precise. And it just makes such a difference. All right, and the Releve mascara is a tubing formula because they apparently are just out here to write a personal love letter to my soul. So it's very like, everything about it is very delicate, but careful, careful. This has a lot of fibers in it. A lot. And they're long. So just be careful. Because I mean, it'll give you some lashes, but you gotta be careful because like those fibers will get in your eyes if you're not. But it's so pretty. Like I would not recommend this necessarily to like new contacts wearers. And it's obviously brand new. So, you know, it's not mature in the tube yet. And at the moment, it's really like separating and extraordinarily lengthening. And they did also send me the lash tint. I haven't used that yet. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty mascara. It makes me feel so pretty. It does take some time to put it on, but it's so, it's the fibers. The fibers just really do it for me. And it's an elegant tubing formula. Like you get in the shower, you wash your face, and it just comes right off. It's beautiful. Oh my God, there's no warmth in my face right now at all. I was like, hey, you gonna take the coat down? Yeah. It's like, ugh, ugh. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm okay washing this off right away because it's not quite the vibe, but we're gonna put on some more blush. I think that might help. I said we were gonna try the Dior Rosy Glow with it. This is the clear. I've decided I really like this stuff and I actually really like the delivery system on it too. I wonder if that raccoon left. Right now it's not my best look, but we're gonna go with this. Dior Rosy Glow. Let's put it on their big fluffy brush here that they were so kind to gift me with. Oh yeah. So it's not picking up a ton of product, but it lays it down really evenly. But it's kind of, okay, here's the issue for me. When I wear this many cool tones, you know what it's drawing attention to? That right there, because that's the exact color of what I have on my eyes. Like what it kind of, you know, amalgamates to, what it amounts to, is like the color of a blemish underneath my makeup. Not ideal. So it's not necessarily, if you're broken out or something, it's not necessarily about more coverage. You know, you don't necessarily have to like pile a bunch of makeup on. It can actually be easily manipulated by something like color correction or just using different colors on your skin that aren't drawing attention to that. Like if I had gone full apricot mode, it would just look kind of like a red freckle, you know, and that'd be fine. But the fact that I'm dealing in just like these very, very, very cool pinks, my skin is like, oh, so you just wanted to turn the lights on all your blemishes. And the answer is, oh no, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, the furs is coming out. Oh my word. Ah, there are bristles everywhere. Oh no, no. Oh, my eyes look so tiny. Last thing here before I do some very necessary touching up to just make myself look bearable looking. I'm going to use Heaven, that's spelled like Kevin, with a Y. Just like me, because I'm so heavenly. I'm gonna use this on my lips. I think this is the one I want to use. Yeah, it's the kind of mauvey one. I think what that's gonna do though is like make me want to like put so much more, yeah, so much more like based neutrals on my skin because it's just such a better color. Look at this giant bristle. Okay, anybody know what to do about that? Or is it like a dud? Is it dunzo? Okay, yeah. This is what happens when I go, okay, I'm gonna let like a color that I don't usually wear steer the entire look. And then I'm not really super familiar with the formulas. We end up with this, y'all, I know everybody's probably like, you always look the same and like you always know what you're doing and like whatever. I'm good at what I'm good at, okay? And this is not it. Yeah, so let's take some more of the Surratt Quad and I'm gonna touch up, I'm gonna add some serious freaking warmth on my eyes because it's dire. I said I wasn't gonna be using this, but like that's what I'm falling back on right now because Jesus, mother of God, it's looking wild. We need some warmth. Oh. So do I love the formulas and the setup and the concept of the eye duos? I don't remember what they're called, but yes, I absolutely adore the setup of them and I love the concept. I love the execution. I think that they're fantastic. This is not my color. It's just not my color, okay? Like we're losing my mascara. It's like screaming over my mascara right now. And if you're curious like what I would typically do if I had gotten like all the way this far into a makeup look and decided like, yikes, this is a fantastic adjuster for a color story that's freaking out like this, and that is the Scattered Light and Ray from Hourglass. There are lots of things out there like this, but I like this one because it's like you can still see the look underneath that I've created. I'm not just covering everything up, but it is adding this warmth, this kind of like apricot-y gold scattered light moment. And it's gonna just chill everything out a little bit because Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And I still think that's kind of just not ideal. And then, you know, I'm looking at the colors on my face right now. It's mainly the eyes that are like the problem. They're just the problem, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I think, okay. In this case, like I wore that lighter version of the Thrive bronzer yesterday all day long, loved it to pieces, was wearing it with all of my like very native to my skin tone type colors and it worked beautifully. But today, I almost feel like I need to go a little darker on the bronzer just because I need help. I need to counterbalance what's happening here. So Tom, if you want a brush, another brush that's so gigantic it's gonna blow your mind, these Thrive all over powder brushes, massive. They're basically sponges. And I'm using my Gucci bronzer because I am crying out for help. This is a cry for help. Now, do I want to say that like, this was a bad thing? You know, it's like, is this a fail? Absolutely not. Because I'm using bronzer on my eyeballs now. It's like, Lord, help me. Just help me out of this situation. No, I don't think that this is a fail at all because I love these makeup items, but like, I also think that the lip it's just freaking me out. The whole thing is freaking me out. It's not good. It's like so funny when you try so hard and it still turns out bad. I don't freaking know. Okay, let's do a little bit of Fix Plus Magic Radiance here. Not that I'm even gonna keep this on, but let's talk final thoughts here, or preliminary thoughts on these things. So the foundation is a godsend. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I do like the Dewdrop, but I don't think it's worth the $75 price tag. I think that this is something that you could get into as far as like a luxury experience in a foundation, and it's quote unquote refillable, and the refill is slightly less expensive. EXQUISITE, the contour color, dadgummit, it's my brand new fave, okay? It's just like, I need to go a completely different direction with blush next time, and eyes, like this is not working. It's not working, but I do still love the formulas, and I still stand by like going with like cantaloupe as the color on my cheeks and going with like just the blushier tones that look better on my skin in general, because like even like that is better. And do I really enjoy, and shockingly so, the prismatic eyes concept and execution? Yes, but the neutral eyes is absolutely beautiful on me, and that is not. And yeah, sure, I know I put the pink on there from Victoria Beckham, but like, I don't think that this was gonna look better for leaving it kind of gray purple. Do you know what I mean? Like, to my eye, like that decision was not in error. There are just better shades in it for me than that. The mascara is absolutely gorgeous, I promise you. It just doesn't look very good right now because it's just completely overwhelmed by the cool tones on my eyes. I promise you it's a beautiful mascara. I still love the Smoky eye baton, and I do dig this color, I do. Abstractly. Not so much on my face, you know? And I'm still gonna be like riding hard for the brown one. Oh, the brow pencil, absolutely off the charts gorgeous. Like ridiculous how much of a difference it makes to weight the package. It's just like so luxurious. I don't know, it feels permanent. It feels like a permanent part of your collection, like a Kjaer Weis metal case instead of something that you would throw away later. So there's just something really lovely about that I wouldn't have necessarily known to look for, you know? The lips, I wiped it off because yikes, it was just overwhelming everything. And the reason that I did that is because I already have big lips, I have very small eyes, the color on the lips was perfect. It reminds me a lot of Venetian Rose from M Cosmetics, which is another one that I absolutely love. But in contrast with the coolness on my eyes, it was making them look beady, you know? It was like exaggerating the possum effect, and I'm just like not here for it. And also, it just, like I said, the color story on my eyes is bringing out all my blemishes. So for that reason, all the reasons that I just enumerated, that I like the things that aren't working for me might be the reasons that they work for you, okay? That doesn't mean it's a bad product, it means it doesn't work on my undertones. And you might be cool toned, or you might have these big gorgeous eyes and like just want to wear colors on them, and like that's fantastic too. And also, integrated with the rest of my collection, perhaps I could make one or more of these things work, but not all together. You know? So it's just kind of the combination of things and the way that it's literally like bringing out a healing blemish on my face. Just bear these things in mind. Color theory is very fascinating in that respect. So anyway, I gotta go wash my face so that I can go to my esthetician and she doesn't have to do it for me. But I want to thank y'all for being here. I love you so darn much. You're all my favorites, and you make my world go round. And I'll put a video up here that I think you're going to enjoy. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, join us. It's weird over here. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, thank y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.